Good morning, 10th standard students. Yesterday we discussed about the paintings, Western style of painting there. Now today we see about sculptural art. That sculptural arts are a three-dimensional, such as images, statues, pots, and objects with artistic embellishment. Three dimensions are there. Means what is we can say that from three sides are visible, or three sides can we can see properly that of the sculptural art. Finest example, we if you want to know, then our emblem lion, that three sides are appear that and one is behind that. So it is a such type of three-dimensional images are the statues are there. For creating sculptures, either rock or metal or clay is used to create such type of sculpture. Metal, clay, or the rock, they use that. Rock sculptures are made by carving. Metal sculptures are made with the help of mold, and clay sculptures are formed either directly with the hands or by using the mold. What is their difference is there? Rock structure is there, it is used to be carved. If rock is there, stone is there, it will be carved by the person that we have to carve it, we have to give shape that. If it is metal, then we have to mold it, we have to first of all make it hot, and then after making it hot, then when it will become a little bit of flexible, then we can give different type of shape there. And along with that, clay sculptures also used by making the mold by hand, we can give the different shapes. So in this way, variations are there in a sculpture, that rock to be carved, metal to be molded, and clay is also to be used to make the different sculpture by molding it. The entire temple of Kailas at Verur is also unique monolithic sculptures carved out of a single rock. Verur temple. Kailas temple at Verur is also one of the finest example, which is sculptured in a single rock. On one means in one rock only, this whole sculpture they carve that. The lion capital of Ashoka's pillar found at Sarnath is also national emblem of our India. Sarnath, what are the pillar is there? Ashoka pillar. It is found at Sarnath. It is also national emblem of our country there, or India there. Next, folk style of sculptural art orally. The sculptural art is also as an ancient as the art of painting. Sculptural art is also as old as the art of painting, that dating back to the Stone Age. Means painting is started from the Stone Age, like same way sculptural art is also goes back up to the from the Stone Age. Carving tools out of the stones can said to be beginning of the sculptural art. To carve different types of stones tools or the metal tools, it is a beginning of the sculptural art from the Stone Age. The custom of making clay images for rituals has been prevalent in India since the Harappan times. In Harappan civilization, we have seen that to be means different clay pots they use for the rituals, for the prayer puja, that. So this technique, this skill is goes back from the Stone Age or from the Harappan times. Also we got some of the evidence that proof we got. It has continued till today. So this skill is also still it is continuous in present time also, that in many regions like Bengal, Bihar, Gujarat, Rajasthan, the same skill or the technique they use in present time also, that the Ganesha idol makes of the Gauri, that Ganesh, Lord Ganesha is also made by the clay there. Bull figurine made for the festivals of Bail Pola. When Pola is there, that time we make the clay figures, bull figures with the which is made by the clay. It is also sculptural art, that. Along with that, Veer Galas or memorial stones, that the decorated clay storage beans. These are some of the finest example of the folk traditions of the sculptural art to be used in present time as well. Next, classical of sculptural art. The classical styles of sculptural art. The Harappan seals, stone and bronze statues tell us about 5,000 years old or even older tradition of Indian traditions of sculptural art. So Harappan seals or some of the examples are there, which goes back from the 5,000 years ago tradition. This gives information about it. It is said that The tradition of carving out stone sculpture of large size began in the Maurya period with the help of Ashokan pillars or Ashoka's pillar, that we can say. Means this skill or this type of technique is start to be used from the Mauryan period there. The Sanchi Stupa was also erected in the Emperor Ashoka's time. Sanchi Stupa, if we see some of that about the incredible India or the Madhya Pradesh, in that also Sanchi Stupa, it also goes back from the Ashoka's time, Emperor Ashoka's. However, the beautiful sculptural embellishment of the stupa are supposed to be later addition then. So these stupa, Sanchi stupa, whatever the information is beautiful creation is there, it is added a little bit later. The sculpture at Barhut are testimonies of the continuous development of sculptural art in India. So some of the sculptural arts are there, they are continuously developed there. Along with that, Buddhism was also spread far wide in many countries outside India. That Buddhist religion is also spread outside of India is also there. It is also one of the oldest religion in the world there. So the tradition of erecting Buddhist stupas began in those countries as well. That so foreign countries also, outside of the countries also, of India also, Buddhist stupas start to be erected there. The stupa at Borobudur in Indonesia is the largest stupa in the world. Stupa at Borobudur, it is also one of the oldest or the largest stupa in the world, which is in situated or located into the Indonesia. It was well built in the 8th or 9th century. Borobudur's stupa is well built into the 8th or during the 8th to 9th century. It was declared as a World Heritage Site in the year 1991. So this Borobudur stupa in Indonesia, which is located in Indonesia, that stupa was included into the World Heritage Site in the year 1991. Indian iconography. Next point, that is the Gandharva school of art came to being into the 2nd or 3rd century. Gandharva school of art, about the sculpture, about the painting, that came to be being into the during the 2nd or 3rd century BCE. In Afghanistan and neighboring regions, this school was at the time famous there. It had Greek and Persian influence. So in the Gandharva school of art, that there was a combination of Greek and Persian influence also we can see in their techniques or in their style. In the 1st to 3rd century CE, that is the Kushanas period. During the 1st to 3rd century, Kushanas, they were the ruler, looking after, means they ruled in some part of our country. During their time also, we saw the rise of the Mathura school of art. During the Kushanas period, Mathura school of art flourished. The Mathura school laid the foundation of Indian iconography. In Mathura school or Mathura school of art laid the foundation of Indian iconography or the Indian style of sculpture. That iconography is a branch of knowledge which include everything about the making of image of gods or the goddesses. Iconography is one type of technique, is one type of branch or the science. By in that they can make the statues, idols of god and goddesses. The Kushanas kings made use of images of various deities on their coins. That Kushanas king also they made number of the deities images on the coins there. During the period of the Gupta Empire, the iconographic rule were formulated and standards for the sculptural arts were set there. So Gupta's period time also they start to be used the different iconographies or the idols that, and it's got the standard for their art. That the art of making the bronze image developed under the patronage of the Cholas king during the 9th to 13th century. By using the bronze, they start to make images. So this skill or this type of method they start to use during the Cholas time, Emperor King Chola's time, from the 9th to 10th centuries, 13th century CE. There, bronze idols of gods and goddesses like Shiva, Parvati's, Nataraj is also in present time. We see that Lakshmi, Vishnu's. So these some type of sculptures are there, idols are there, which is made by the bronze. That so when you come tomorrow, then you will see the architecture and the sculpture, or some of the type of temples, their structures we see. That is we will see on Monday. Thank you.